GXX early on, but it is a ruse for the meantime. All the focus now on the B bomb site, and it's GXX to find the first. Excellently done, in through the markets, and that's locked monesy out of a sight. Look how aggressive he's playing as well. Right up to the market entrance as Max swings in and gets his head lopped off. That is a massive multi-kill for GXX, and when Flatro chimes in for another of his own. It's a 2 versus 3 here, though. And they do have a kit on DGT. It's not outside the realms of possibility that this round could still be won by the 9Z boys, and that's a big headshot to find. Bomb planted 4 short, though. And as time ticks away, it's going to get increasingly more difficult to stick that defuse. DGT, what a headshot! Oh, Scenarii, even better! It's all down to the wire here. DGT starts the defuse, but he comes off of it! I don't know why he comes off of it there, and Scenarii gets a knife! What a wacky pistol round to start things off, Brandon. Man, this is why I've been so excited for today, is GXX tickled on down by the scout there, and DGT does a lot more than tickling. Him and Buddha chiming in for 2. Horsefight looking pretty damn snappy for 9Z so far. Juan Flatro snaps back onto the head of DGT. Can he find anything more? No! The IGL and Max picks up the eagling duty. Scenarii only good for a single other, as Bad News Eagles have just been flattened on their reapproach towards B. There, Juan Flatro peeking out of the underpass, spots a man, but falls away as Davideus finds the opening frag, playing around under Palace. Excellent flashbang from Try. Oh, what a round from Try there. Yes, it's against the pistols, but just does it so cleanly. And, well, Synopsy does deal with Davideus, overextending slightly there against the pistols. Just, hold on a minute, Juan Flatro just has B. It does go down immediately, but Synopsy now, what do you reckon? 1v4 with a P250 in the bomb?
Yeah, probably not. Bomb plant would be fantastic. However, steps out into top middle. The M4 immediately removes him.
Obviously within their best interests to post as many rounds as possible on their opponent's map pick. I'm going to say 9. That's my prediction, Brandon. 9 will be enough for 9Z. It's quite literally written in their name, as that is a very nice nade from DGT. And Scenarii, yeah, it's just a formality at this point. Flawless round for 9Z, and look at that economy stacking up.
That was pretty much 100 damage from a single grenade.
Look at them limping forward, but apparently Juan Flatro are not too badly affected. Buddha the first to go down, but DGT does trade pretty quickly. The IGL in Max, patient in the window, spots the edge of Scenarii, but Scenarii faster on the reaction. Impeccable nade, but an even better response from the B&E side here. Scenarii still incredibly low as Davideus and Try go back and forth. A really nice recovery there from Try to keep us in a 2 versus 2. And both of these 2 remaining players have frag grenades. 1 frag grenade towards the ramp would have been enough for both, but Try instead adjusting in the nick of time for a frag onto Synopsy. GXX now in a 1-on-1.
Look at DGT though, he's 10-2. Got to be filled up with a lot of confidence, already positioning himself towards CT. Here's where the gunfight's going to take place. DGT already holding the line. GXX walks straight into the guillotine. And whilst we go back and forth, one thing we have to point out here is for both of these teams, the trade spacing and how instantaneous those kills came in was absolutely impeccable.
DGT tries to get a wrangle on this, but Try solves the problem before he even gets there with that. Nice trade here from Juan Flatro. Finds his footing, his space continues to be created. Big nade onto Try, very low HP now. GXX's position probably going to be overlooked here. No, Buddha just gets a bullet to the face regardless. DGT also falling to Juan Flatro, leaving Try on an AWP in a 1v3. The man has 6 points of health. I think this might be a Bad News Eagles round.
Yeah. It definitely is. Look at Scenarii, shadow spotted, kill collected. Could also go and grab that AWP. Enough money to reinvest here for 9Z, but that is a much cleaner round coming out of B&E. And that spam is incredible onto Davideus. Davideus is still tucked in this corner. Juan Flatro surely knows this, could even drop the nade. Instead, just looking for a little gap over the top of the smoke as the AWP finds the opener. There comes that collection. And now they're just in B. And there's not a kill or a trade in sight for 9Z.
Yeah, Bad News Eagles making it very hard for 9Z to read their next move and finding all the frags in the process. DGT at least survives with an exit onto Rigon. Look at this position from Juan Flatro. He wants this. He wants this kill, and PGP desperately needs to save that rifle, but he will not be permitted. Try now. Peering in towards connected. Does he peek ahead of that smoke? He does. There's a tiny gap for him. Oh, but not anymore. DXX sends him packing. Bad News Eagles onto 3. Exciting times. Yeah, they had to sacrifice an extra run in towards middle, but hold on a minute. Pride deals with Juan Flatro pushing out on an awkward timing in Palace. Buddha now. Does he spot the head of Scenario?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he does, and he's going to convert onto Rig on DGT, an excellent response as well. And Bad News Eagles pumping the brakes, sacrificing unnecessary util. Yeah, no, these guys almost have more kills than their entire teams combined.
Oh,
as Synopsy, fire is indeed hot. You don't need to prove it to us. Max also finding an opening onto Juan Flatro. This is a fantastic start to the round for 9Z.
Feels good. However, I think Regon heard Max jump, and I don't know what he saw there, but Regon is now gone. Try just steps in off that contact. 9Z are now just taking the fight straight to BNE in this round, and they've caught them a little bit unawares. It's a taste of their own medicine. Doesn't really taste that nice. If you're a BNE fan, swing in towards Con, potentially a possibility. Scenario will find one, but potentially that's all it will amount to as DGT collects 7-6. 9Z keeping this one competitive.
Up close and personal. Does miss his opening AWP shot though. Has a chance to recover things. Goes back in for another peek and will find Rigon despite burning at the same time. And DGT furthers his own tally. Scenari, Davideus, GXX, they all line up the kill feed in a matter of about 2 seconds. But still a man advantage here for 9Z.
Look at
still
Buddha.
more util for 9Z. And Buddha? What's happening with Buddha? He's managed to make his way into the apartments as TGT deals with Synopsy's best efforts.
I thought he was just going to deny the barman. Potentially the player in towards jungle was going to get a kill, but instead it goes completely the other way. So, never mind. We'll leave Buddha in apartments. We'll park him there. Instead, we'll focus back on GXX, who's now made his way through underpass. Will be eliminated. DGT has just been impeccable.
And that's why I love watching these teams so much. They're incredibly fast-paced, but they're not sloppy in their pace either. Unlike a lot of teams who try and pitch up the same as Synopsy pitches up a kill onto Max. Oh, DGT, the opportunity for almost a 3K spray down there, but only gets one. It's up to Buddha to do the rest of the dirty work. Try on the AWP. Mitigates this too as he peeks in first towards the market. Juan Flatro goes for the swing, spots the AWP. A little bit messy there. But an aid is thrown off when Flatro forced back. Davideus spots a man in towards the apartments, leaves it to the AWP to try and deal with him. As he now jumps out of apps. Try now a 1 versus 2. He's come up clutch before, but Juan Flatro, that's not an angle you see very often. Finds the headshot, punishes, and B&E do find 8.
That's really cool. What an off angle for Juan Flatro.
Last time I saw someone get a kill from that elevated bench angle was when we were casting B&E on LAN. I believe it was GXX. We'll get back to that in a second. Let's try and get straight back into fragging. Nice trade from the AWP on his sidearm here, but Try keeps on going. Mows down a double opener as Synopsy towards the short side. It's a little bit laboured, spams away, but no frag. As Rigon is the man who has to slide in and get the job done. Scenari now, though, is he unaccounted for? No, they know he's there. They're just unable to deal with him. A lot of messiness in this pistol round, but somehow Buddha and Max find one apiece. Everybody on the server so low. Although Rigon will still be aiming for the head and does not manage to get ahead as Max cuts him down. And that was a sloppy pistol round.
Towards Juan Flatro.
Last time I saw someone get a kill from that elevated bench angle was when we were casting B&E on LAN. I believe it was GXX. We'll get back to that in a second. Let's try and get straight back into fragging. Nice trade from the AWP on his sidearm here, but Try keeps on going. Mows down a double opener as Synopsy towards the short side. It's a little bit laboured, spams away, but no frag. As Rigon is the man who has to slide in and get the job done. Scenari now, though, is Is he unaccounted for? No, they know he's there. They're just unable to deal with him. A lot of messiness in this pistol round, but somehow Buddha and Max find one apiece. Everybody on the server so low. Although Rigon will still be aiming for the head and does not manage to get ahead as Max cuts him down. And that was a sloppy pistol round. They got two defenders here, a third potentially on the way in Rigon, but something we need to remember is, okay, interrupting me is sunpayus GXX. I was about to say B&E have the weaker weaponry here, but they make those sidearms sing, leaving DGT, man who's been a little quieter in the past couple of rounds, in a now unwinnable 1 versus 3 clutch. As the timer has ticked on down, does he manage to get an exit for his troubles? No, he does not. Leaps onto the bomb site. Does he hope for a gun or something? No, just to save comfortably. Rigon.
Good molly. Oh,
yoy, yoy. Head ripped cleanly off by Davideus in underpass. Now, Juan Flatcher and Synopsy do all they can to mitigate that initial damage. DGT still fragging, still alive, but Synopsy has now felled the underpass player, meaning now a 2-on-3, and a difficult one at that, made even worse by the fact that, well, GXX and Suneri mopped that up in a matter of mere moments, and 9Z cover after Suneri jump spots again and spots nobody. But now they start pushing forward. GXX, fantastic frag, and the man is still there towards the truck. An even trading game, though.
Just creeps under the window, but that might actually be to his detriment. Synopsy is just sticking the bomb. Knifes out for try, and another kill coming through, but this time it's in favor of 9Z. They hit 12. The intercept's dropped out for Tom, but regardless, I will take over instead. As this B aggression. Oh, the molly actually lands a little bit too late. Juan Flatcher finds Buddha, but look at Davideus, because he's found GXX. Now they're encroaching in from all angles. Molly goes deep. Suneri surely burnt alive. DGT actually delivers the headshot. And meanwhile, try, gun barrel spotted. Juan Flatro secures the kill. And whilst that's confirmed intel on one, it might not be on the second. Juan Flatro doing everything for his team. The flashbang is good, but Synopsy trades out with the AWP. Bad News Eagles, hold on.
They're not going to aggress towards apartments for another gun round in a row, but they would be mistaken. Suneri now a very tough ordeal on his hands. Finds the first and the second with just an MP9 try. Eventually stops the madness, but Rigon is here, and so are two short rotations. DGT makes it onto the site, and try only good for a single frag more as Rigon pressures him down. Would have had to have landed a very nice shot on a 90-degree flick for that one to come into his favor, but B&E 13-12 now.
They know, but that gives a little bit of intel over. You see DGT's holding for television room. Juan Flatro takes that contact. That will now potentially start to activate Synopsy. Juan Flatro moves back just as they come in towards connector. Juan Flatro, good adjustment. Another 2 kills coming in. In fact, make it a third. Juan Flatro has done everything. And this flank not yet revealed. Molly goes in. Rigon will need to wiggle on out of there. Buddha might collect onto GXX or instead onto Suneri. In fact, he found both with that spray. But it doesn't matter. Rigon, the third element there. All based off that intel from Synopsy. Yeah, they're going to walk straight up this catwalk here. They're going to go contact, but you're not only just walking into Juan Flatro, you're also walking into Suneri. They're going to run boost over. Yeah, they are. Straight round the corner. Juan Flatro just collects a flying try. Davideus in the molly against 3 and gets one tapped out the server by Rigon. It looks a little bit like we were going to go the distance, but instead, B&E, they survive.